In this video, we're diving into how to actually optimize performance on your Bluehost VPS, so you get faster speeds, better uptime, and fewer headaches overall. What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric Hunsaker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff to help you build your first website the smart way, without getting buried in technical stuff you don't need. So if you've upgraded to a VPS and thought, okay, why doesn't my site feel that much faster yet? You're not alone. A VPS gives you way more power than shared hosting, but it doesn't automatically make everything perfect. You still have to set things up the right way. So today, I'm gonna walk you through the practical, real-world steps that you can take to squeeze better speed and uptime out of your Bluehost VPS, without turning this into a server engineering class. Let's get into it. Why a VPS doesn't automatically mean a fast website. One of the biggest misconceptions with VPS hosting is that upgrading alone fixes performance problems. It can help a lot, but only if the site itself and the server are working together properly. Think of it like buying a faster car. If the tires are flat and the engine isn't tuned, you're not gonna feel the difference. A VPS gives you more CPU, more memory, and more control, but it also gives you more responsibility. Most performance issues on a VPS still come down to poor WordPress setup, too many plugins doing the same job, no caching, no CDN, server settings left at default. The good news is that most of these fixes are very doable, even if you don't consider yourself very technical. First things first, measure before you touch anything. So before changing a single setting, you need a baseline. Go to Google Page Speed Insights and test your site. Don't obsess over the score, just focus on the actual load time in seconds. Write it down. That's your starting point. This step matters more than people think. If you don't measure first, you won't know whether a change helped, hurt, or just did nothing at all. Every time we make a change later, plugins, caching, server tweaks, we're gonna come back and retest. That's how you avoid guessing. Clean up your WordPress setup first. So this is where most speed gains come from, especially if you're running WordPress. Temporarily disable your plugins. I know this sounds scary, but it's just for testing. Turn off all your plugins. Yes, all of them. Then test your site again using Google Page Speed Insights and write down the new load time. If your site suddenly feels way faster, that tells you something important. Plugins are a big part of the problem. Now, turn plugins back on one at a time, testing your site after each one. This helps you find the plugin or combination of plugins that's slowing things down. A lot of people are shocked when they realize one simple plugin is dragging down the whole site. Be honest about plugin bloat. On a VPS, inefficient plugins stand out more. Shared hosting hides a lot of sins because everything is already slow. Ask yourself, do I really need 3 plugins doing similar things? Is this plugin actively maintained? Does it load stuff on every page, even when it doesn't need to? If a plugin consistently causes a big slowdown, look for a lighter alternative. Sometimes switching plugins makes a bigger difference than upgrading your server plan. Using caching the right way. This is huge. Now, even on a VPS, caching is not optional. Caching works by saving a static version of your pages so your server doesn't have to rebuild them from scratch every time someone visits. Less work for the server means faster load times. Bluehost recommends using a single caching plugin, not multiple ones stacked together. Running more than one caching plugin often causes conflicts and actually hurts performance. Set up one solid caching plugin and take the time to configure it properly. After that, test your site again and compare load times. For many sites, this alone cuts load time dramatically. Don't forget about widgets and themes. Plugins get all the blame, but widgets and themes matter too. Some themes load massive scripts and styles, even if you're not using half the features. Same thing with widgets. Just because they're available doesn't mean they're free. If you notice a slowdown after enabling a widget, then test it the same way you tested plugins. Turn it off, retest, and see what changes. Optimize PHP settings on your VPS. Now let's talk about a server level tweak that can actually make a difference without getting too technical. Switching to PHP Fast CGI inside your Bluehost VPS, you have access to WHM. One setting worth checking is your PHP handler. Fast CGI helps PHP scripts run more efficiently by managing how requests are handled behind the scenes. You don't need to understand all the mechanics, just know that many people see better performance after switching to it. Once enabled, test your site again. Sometimes this change doesn't move the needle much, but when it does, really noticeable. Use a CDN to speed things up for real visitors. So if your visitors are spread across different states or even different countries, a CDN is one of the easiest wins you can get. A CDN stores copies of your site on servers around the world. When someone visits your site, they get served content from the closest location instead of hitting your main server every time. Cloudflare is commonly recommended because it's simple to set up and it works well for most sites. After connecting your site, test your speed again. You may not see massive changes in local tests, but your real users usually feel the improvement. Test after every change. Seriously. This is worth repeating. Change one thing, then test. It's tempting to install a caching plugin, enable a CDN, change PHP settings, tweak server configs, and then test once at the end. That's how you lose track of what actually helped. Just slow down a bit, one change at a time, test, write it down, then move on. Advanced options, only if you're comfortable. Okay, now we're entering the optional zone. You don't need these steps for a fast site, but they can help if you're pushing limits. PHP cache modules. There are PHP cache modules that can improve performance, but they're not officially supported by Bluehost support. So if you try these, do it during low traffic hours. Use only one at a time. Be ready to undo the changes if something breaks. After enabling anything like this, test your site again. Database optimization. Your database can also affect performance, especially on content-heavy sites. Some people tune database settings manually, others use scripts to analyze usage patterns. If you're not comfortable here, it's okay to skip this step or research slowly. But always back up before touching database settings. Apache tuning and load testing. At this point, you're getting into true server optimization territory. Tools that simulate traffic can help you see how your server behaves under load. This is useful if you run promotions or expect traffic spikes. For most beginners, this step is optional. Your time may be better spent improving content and caching first. Improving uptime, not just speed. Speed gets all the attention, but uptime matters just as much. If your site goes down, it doesn't matter how fast it loads. Check logs when things go wrong. Your server logs tell a story. When your site slows down or crashes, logs often show memory issues, plugin errors, failed connections. You don't need to understand every line. Just knowing where to look helps you spot patterns. Monitor CPU and RAM usage. Your Bluehost VPS dashboard shows CPU and RAM usage over time. Check it regularly. If you're constantly hitting the limit, optimization might not be enough. An upgrade could be the right move. There's no shame in outgrowing a plan. Usually a good sign. Keep everything updated. This sounds boring, but it matters. Outdated WordPress installs, themes, and plugins are common causes of slowdowns, crashes, security issues. So make updates part of your routine. A stable, updated site is usually a faster site too, when optimization isn't the answer. Sometimes the problem isn't configuration, it's scale. If you've optimized caching, reduced plugins, added a CDN, and your VPS is still maxed out, maybe time to move up. Signs you've hit that point. CPU and RAM are always near the limit. Traffic spikes cause slowdowns. You've optimized everything that you reasonably can. At that stage, upgrading your VPS plan or exploring a different server setup is a normal next step. So a Bluehost VPS gives you the tools to build a fast, reliable website. But it's what you do after upgrading that really matters. Start with measurement, clean up WordPress, use caching properly, add a CDN. Then move into server level tweaks only if you need them. You don't need to be a developer or a server expert to set solid performance. You just need a methodical approach and a little patience. So if you want to get started with Bluehost VPS, then we've got a link for you down in the description below. That'll bring you to this page right here where you can go ahead and choose from one of their 4 different plans. They've got NVMe 2, 4, 8, and 16. And they've also got 3 different terms to choose from. So if you choose the 1 year or 3 year, you're going to get the best savings, or there is a monthly option, but I definitely recommend at least going with a 1 year option. Now, Bluehost recommends their NVMe 4 for most of you, but if you need a little bit more, the NVMe is a very powerful plan. These are affiliate links, which means we do earn a small commission when you use them at no extra cost to you. And these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using them, we thank you so much in advance. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on the channel, we make videos on how to create websites, explore different website builders, discuss domain names, and so so much more. So be sure to subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you here in the next video.